Alex here on the OKTV Today YouTube channel with a new top 8 list of best scenes in Invincible Season 3 Head to Alpha. In this episode, I will take you through what is potentially the greatest fighting scenes from Invincible. Let's jump into live action.
Listen, or you go home.
I win! I win!
Number 8. Mark Training.
Better than that.
I'm a hurt.
In the first episode of Invincible Season 3, Mark displays his superhuman abilities in an intense training montage, which naturally makes Rex explode envious. Mark is engaged in combat with an alien-looking giant. Mark gives a beast a vicious uppercut just when he believes he has
Better than
won,
that.
and promptly inquires as to his well-being, to which the giant responds, "No, you are mean." It soon becomes apparent that this is a training exercise. Cecile and Donald are certainly happy of Mark's accomplishment, but are also worried of what he may turn into if he isn't given the right guidance at every turn. This is only a portion of Mark's rigorous training schedule. Number 7. Declaration of Independence stolen.
Leave her
Alone. Not until he's dead.
last one.
Dropkick and Fight Master, who we met, are extremely skilled fighters. However, Multipole, Duplicate's brother, is another new character that we encounter. He doesn't really threaten Mark and Rex. Despite the fact that the Lizard League was at fault, he wants retribution for her murder and places the responsibility on Rex. As Multipole's clones beat and suffocate him, Mark assists him, enabling Dropkick and Fight Master to disappear with the Declaration of Independence. Attempting to be somewhat of a contentious objector, Mark tries to reason with Multipole. When that strategy doesn't work, Mark loses it and destroys all of Multipole's copies. After being informed of the situation, Immortal and Duplicate are compelled to inform the world that she is still alive in order to put an end to the carnage.
Right? It's not just me.
6. Mark vs. Doc Seismic and Gigantic Insects. Doc Seismic and his enormous insects proved to be too much for Invisible and Atom Eve to manage, even if Oliver wanted to join them, but Debbie stopped him. Cecile is therefore forced to dispatch Darkwing 2 and the GDA certified reanimants. Mark is horrified to see that Cecile has not only employed Darkwing 2, a murderer, and Sinclair, even though he is aware of what a terrible creature he is and that he is the cause of Rick's PTSD. 5. Toxic gas.
Found us. You gave the all clear. Most of the city will die. Someone like you, industrial society, to be wasted.
Despite being severely beaten by the powerful twins, Cecile attempts to prevent the gaseous poison from leaving the room they are in until the GDA agents arrive to handle the situation. In the opening flashback sequence of Invincible Season 3, we see a young Cecile stop two fervent members of a group called the Order of the Freeing Fist, who wants to release toxic gas into the town in order to start a rebellion that will restore the natural order of society. 4. Mark vs. Reaniman.
Claire don't have.
You can shut me up. Threaten?
No? Because it's over.
And I'll blow the whistle, huh?
Mark stomps into the Pentagon and strikes into a really combative conversation with Cecile. Cecile's last choice at the end of Invincible Season 3 Episode 1 is to ambush Mark in a specific room with the assistance of many reanimen. A violent conflict breaks out between Mark and the reanimants. as a result of his aggressive behavior. When Cecil senses that Mark won't stop, he turns on a machine that is buried deep inside the superhero's brain and paralyzes him with enough pain. Even for someone as dishonest as Cecil, Mark believes this to be devilish, but Cecil believes he is correct. 3. Mark and Oliver stops bank robbery. Mark and Omni-Man versus Furnace and Kursk.
I told you to just watch. Okay? Listen, or you go home.
Call me Invincible, not Mark.
I haven't figured out a new name yet.
I told you to just watch.
Stay here.
Multipole is being held captive by Furnace and Kursk. Mark advises Oliver to watch from a distance, but Oliver believes this is a fantastic opportunity to show off his suit and abilities. But as others begin to suffer, Oliver disregards Mark's order and acts without hesitation, only to be reprimanded by Mark. Invincible nabbed Multipole. Therefore, Mr. Liu complains to Titan about it, but Titan declines to assist him in getting Multipole out of jail. Oliver appears more like a criminal than a superhero after killing the Mauler twins. Mark is naturally appalled when he sees all of this after rescuing the planet from destruction.
Control the world. That's Invincible.
Have cut all communication with.
Once we destroy the entire planet, you're a businessman.
Teether Tyrant and Mug Maniac are forced to rely on street begging for money after being dismissed from their jobs and evicted from their residence. When they see themselves in such a situation, they revert to their previous behavior and rob a bank. When they nearly overwhelm Invincible, who has come to stop them, Oliver also comes up. Although it aids Mark in apprehending the pair, he becomes irate with Oliver for disobeying his suggestion to wait until he believes the child is ready before engaging in any heroic activities. Number 2. King Immortal versus Mark.
We'll die. Just don't have to do this. Let me help.
Shut up!
To end this forever. Save them.
It turns out that King has been waiting for Mark and Omni-Man, who have purposefully been arrested in order to bring them before him. Immortal is the king. Given that Mark was meant to be in command and he is not a Viltrumite, he is unhappy at being left to be ruled alone. After Mark departed, the Immortal began injuring others to lure him back. Mark must put a stop to Immortal's suffering and pay back whatever debt he may have accrued in the past. Immortal begs Mark to murder him so that the people can regain control. At first, Mark declines, but then they start fighting. The king is eventually killed by Mark, who apparently saves the world by tearing off his head. The people regain control of the government. Number 1. Top of our list is Allen the Alien, Battle the Beast, and Omni-Man vs. the Viltrumites.
Continue.
No hard feelings, right?
Ow! Goodness! That's right! Get it out!
Viltrumites.
To change the course of the struggle against the Viltrumites, Allen the Alien, who is still incarcerated in the Viltrumite prison, asks Nolan to join him. Allen the Alien also saves Battle Beast, a prisoner who is desperate for combat as violence breaks out across the fortress. Battle Beast is ready to turn on Allen and attack him as well, since he is unhappy with the lack of the challenge. Until they descend to the basement level and discover two Viltrumites who are now beating up Nolan, anarchy breaks out across the base as a result of Omni-Man stepping up his game and fighting back after witnessing Allen get beaten down in the middle of this. If you liked this video, drop a like and make sure to check out the OKTV Today's YouTube channel where we have hundreds of videos just like this. If you wanna see our newest episodes, make sure you subscribe and click on that bell so you'll get notification.